Be careful we don't lose that cheek, or that bony cheek there. Now we got the dog up the block barking away here. I don't know what he's barking about. It's gonna sound like boring. He's bored. Now I have to shave. Now you can see I got those knife marks here. I'm going to have to play with that later, because I'm more interested in getting the major stuff off here. There we go. Getting a little bit of aggressive, very aggressive. Again, I just wish that it was sometimes that wood would be like cellophane, that you can just look. You can see where the knife is going. Okay, next, I want to round this just a little bit for the sake of about a 45 here, because there's still more cheek going on here, because we still want some forward cheek too. The profile is, yeah, I want a little more of this. And I think when we get those smile marks in, it'll shape better. It's kind of hard to see it when we're still blocked. Oh goodness, excuse me. All right, let's take our pencil. Get rid of this first. And let us put those cheek marks in. He's going to be, it's kind of a light smile. I mean, anytime you put the cheek in, a person's really smiling, that cheek would go up like this with a big grin, and then the top of the mouth would be high. If you wanted him to be really happy, he's relatively, happy. He's not, nobody told him a joke or something. How many Americans does it take to screw in a light bulb? No. He would have a good sense of humor. Right? You put the knife really sharp, deep. This is going to be like a chip cut, because you got 3. You got 1. There's 2, and then here's the 3rd. Careful, I don't take that nose off. Getting there. Now I did go straight down on this side. Again, just a little here, and then now we're starting to see, because he's the old man. He's got that big, deep smile line. Deep smile line. Now, just a little bit of cleaning I want to do. Now, of course, for other people from other countries, you could, who would not be interested in carving the Uncle Sam, I mean, I'm sure they got like an uncle who's kind of wiry and got this kind of a look. Well, my, you know, or whatever you in France, Bastille Day, what turn this character into, well, some old Frenchman celebrating, or Cinco de Mayo, over there in Mexico. And then of course there's always Soot in the Mice. That's coming up. That's for me here. That's Norwegian Independence Day now, would ya? Which is like the #1 country ancestry. It's Scandinavian, in other words, all Scandinavia, like Norway and Sweden and all that, and also quite a bit of German too. Ach du Liebe. He can be a happy German guy because he's going to get his big brat. I'm going to scoop this up to bring that cheek up a little bit, just enough to shape it so we can keep an eye on it. All right, now I want to shape where I want to go a little bit up this way. Here, let me do this first and I'll give you the profile. I want to go up a little bit because I think I got too much on top. And that might haunt us a little bit here, maybe a little more. And of course it brings the nose out a little more. And I'll have to clean the nose up a bit more. So, because we want it round a bit, we want it round and a little more there. Actually, to tell you the truth, I wanted it up more, but we are also, the bottom is going to have to be down even more. So we're starting to see that little bump there. Just a little bump, not a big bump, not anything else. Like I said, I'm gonna start with a general, because his chin is still gonna come down here. He's a very chinny guy here. Hairs of his chinny chin right there. You know, we can always bring it back or a little more chin, because we want to make sure that it works with the rest of the face. But right now, you can always give it a little smize right now. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. When it's straight across, you can do, because what you do is you can probably put a little chip up here to make it smile, or a chip down here to make it kind of greeny. But in general, if we put the eyeball about here, and the eyeball about here, where it's supposed to be, generally you come straight down from the eyeball to the mouth. You know, a little bigger character will have maybe a little bigger, smaller, because there's even, you've seen some people that's got really wide mouths and some got really tiny mouths. So, because then if you're doing a carving of Uncle Charlie and he's got a big mouth, I don't mean big mouth as in like talking, but big wide mouth, you might want to add a little more and vice versa. Okay, now we're getting started. I wanted about, I want to say about a 30, 20, maybe 20 degree away from each other, so about 40 degrees. So when you get to profile, where are you? There you are. Now you can see he's a little chinny here. He's like giving you the chin here, and we want to bring that in. I'll stop it here. That's a little better. There we go. Now, the thing is that we might want to round a little more. I liked, a lot of people do this. They round, or the cone, the mouth, mouth cone. And that's true. You do that. But sometimes when I put, I get it started coning, and then I put in the chin, and then I put in the mouth. It's much easier to see what's going on when you got both going at the same time. That's what I like, both going at the same time. Now we can always widen that or shorten it. It's still, oops, the reflection in my eye there. Yeah, it's still good. Now, right now I want to do this. I want to bring this in a little bit here for two purposes. I mean, let's stay focused on the mouth. But the other reason why I want to get this in is because one, it'll keep us on top of the chin. But when we start carving, I don't want to get into anything there. But now what you could do, here, let's do penciling in, because I got to a point where I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to come down at an angle here. It's going to come up here a little bit. Now there's a little more, I'm giving you a little more bottom lip, because that's what I want. Because I'm going to shape the lip later. So what I want is like straight down, or not straight, I'm sorry, not straight down, about a 20, 30 degree angle this way, 30 degree angle this way. And you're doing that bend or that thing underneath the chin, underneath the lips. See, we're getting there. It's getting there. It's quite a bit more to do. And then I'm going to do the same here, about a 20. And here, this is going to be straight. This side about a 20. Oops, be careful. Wrong side. Yeah, that was right. Oof. Now that has a 20 degree, and then about relatively straight. And when you got this going, now you can start seeing what needs fixing, widening, shortening, deeper, left, right. And then what's going to happen is this is going to come in just give it a kind of a kiss with the tip of your knife, because you want it to go in. Careful, because we're going to kind of against the grain here with the grain. And then now a little more rounding. There we go, we're getting there. Now, is it centered? That's where a little bit more working, make it more centered, more shaped correctly. All right, we'll come back and do some more detailing later. The top lip, I want to give it just this little extra here like this. Get a little extra kisser on there. And over on this side, now you got that kisser going on. But now we want to scoop this, take some of that off. So we got, here, let me do that. And I'll show you, see how it brings that down, and same with this side. And it's a scoop, because we want the upper lip below the nose kind of still a little cone shape going on. Okay, then we want our, where'd my chisel go? Uh-oh, it ran away. Oh, probably went with the water, but I wonder if I got chipmunks up here and I can't even see them. Well, I wouldn't take the water away, but where did it? Oh, here it is. Never mind, my fault. We're going to give him back with our number 9 here, we're going to give him just kind of almost kiss it, but a little more. Give him a snot draft. While I got this in hand, I'm going to clean this just a bit. Just a bit. Now, when you get around the face, you want to be careful that you don't pry. If you got a little booger, especially around the lip, bottom lip is the worst. If you got a little booger hanging there, just pull that out of there. Take your knife and finish the cut. Because if you do this, especially on the bottom, and you do this prying, all of a sudden half the lip will come up. I should know I've done that so many times. Okay, he be looking Uncle Samish. So I am going to leave, leave things alone. I said I'm going to leave things alone. I'll clean it up later. And I want to start rounding this a bit, just a bit, and then get the, and you know what? I'm going to come to an end pretty soon here. Let me shape this. You got the drill going, you got the getting too much sun. Just want to get kind of things started here, shaping here. And yeah, before I go, I want something like, let me do this with a chisel. With that beard, I usually do that. I want this kind of rounding down here. Good, we can do it with the beard being there. A little more clean up because you still want this kind of a bend going like this. Just a little bit of a bend. And I think there'll be more coming. Oh, let me clean this while I'm at here. Yeah, I want to go in. The sun is kind of at a bad angle here. I'm going to go in and actually I think it's getting close to lunchtime. Bend this just a little bit here. But he's starting to pop. And because when we get to the chin and the peg here, I want to keep in mind how this is going to fit. Okay, I did drill that hole big enough so I could get a chisel in there. I don't want his head to be too thin, and then what's going to happen is when it comes in, now this is going to be rounded some more. We'll be getting to that. I'll probably, before I go, let me do this. Let me clean a little bit, because then I think I can start in on the bust, because I want to get the bust going so then I can take this and shape the difference between the two and put it in there. It's still not right, and just a little, I can do a little bit of this, so be careful I don't take too much off, because I think we're getting kind of close to I don't want to take any more off ish. So just rounding, cleaning, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna stop here because I want to get to the point. There is still quite a bit, and his bottom lip is still a little too much. But I'll do that later. I don't want to do that right now. That's a little better. Little better. But yeah, when I come back, I want to start doing the doing the bust and putting the bust together. I mean, he's going to have a nice kind of suit coat. It's kind of a dark blue, and there's going to be the vest and a little bit of the pants. And I noticed that the vest kind of comes to a sharp end here, and then there's the pants, because he doesn't have a belt. This is, it's supposed to be 17 or early 1800s, I think, is when he was. No, that was no, mid 1800s. That was Thomas Nast who did Uncle Sam. So that's about the same. He's the one that did Santa Claus too, and he was also Thomas Nast also did the donkey and the elephant for Democrat Republican, and that's Thomas Nass is an illustrator, is an American illustrator that has done a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna take a not a nap, but probably, but take a little time out here. Be back. Well, I'm back and inside. It's not that that it's the weather's bad. It's kind of it's getting kind of warm out there, so I want to get in here and start carving and kind of keep carving. And here's while you're looking at it, I'll adjust some of these lights here and so on. And I'm trying to see where to settle. Now, I did take the saw to the back here, so I'll trim that, fix that up a little bit. And the funny thing is, I bet a lot of you people were hollering at me while I was carving, but no, I am wrong. The hat brim is kind of a little bit like a cowboy hat, because where this will be more flatter, and it kind of comes up to a curl. That's, yeah, a curl. Yeah, it does. But it does not, it doesn't look like it's going to be this, what do you call it, like if you were to take a round tool and get in there. But I'm going to do it anyways because it still adds some character. You don't have to, you can have it all flat. And again, it's just, I don't know if it's the wood, because I know this chisel is really sharp. I don't know why it has that dry sponge look. I come over on this side and I choose to do it this way. If you want to have it all flat, just a flat brim that comes up. But I mean, that's the way it kind of, I guess the cartoonist, Mr. Nast, has it that way. I think I might have more brim on this side than on this side, so I'll have to adjust for that. So I'll start curling it for now. The reason why I discovered that is because it came back inside and consult the picture on the computer about the BustPart, and that's when I came to that discovery. And so that's how I came to that discovery. So, which is it better, this way? I don't think it's better. Maybe it is better this way. Which way is the green? No, I guess it is. The green does go this way. It goes that way. So I'll just kind of maybe clean it for now. That was always a question. What did the top of Uncle Sam's hat look like? Because y'all the pictures, you don't see the top. Now, the old Nast picture has white with the blue, and that's what I want to do, white with the blue. And others have the the blue, and they have the red and white stripes. And what happens when you come up on top? And the thing is the reason why they stopped doing the red and white is because the white and the red and white would come together like this to a center, which looked like the Japanese flag during World War II, and that would not be nice. It might not be right having a Japanese flag on top of Uncle Sam's hat during the big war. So, like I said, I want to put this all aside for now. Maybe I'll just straighten this a little bit. Not so much straighten as far as, well, I'll get in there. I want to try this for a while, see if that'll. Yeah. Yeah, see, the reason why I wanted it to we'll come back to this later too, is that I wanted to move on to the bust. Oh, I think we're going to have too much on the back here. More in the back than in the front. There's a nice smooth, that's a sharp chisel, but when you get up to it, something to do with that wood up there. But we'll straighten all that out later. We do more detailing, especially the eye, and put the hat symbols in. And anyways, as I said, I wanted to put this aside, but well, before I put it, no, don't keep tempting me. Do this before that. Okay, now I want to start in on the bust. Now, what we're going to do, according to the pictures, is that, of course, he's got that blue coat and white vest underneath with a white shirt, and he's got a nice red bow tie. That's what we're going to work on. Now, the bow tie, along with the vest, and will be up more. So I'll make sure that I'll just smooth this out a little bit while I take a drink here, water, and just smooth that out, and then kind of figure where that bow tie is going to be first. Looks like I came in on time. I see the kids are out there and shouting away. Noah's bringing things in. The chipping sparrows are just chipping away. Okay, let's put him aside here. Let's just start rounding. So not only just a bit here, I'm just going to basically take the saw marks off for now. It's kind of hard. Like I said, I can, if I held it to myself like this, see, then I can carve it nicely, but then of course you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm kind of holding it out. And that's what I'm kind of wondering, like I don't think you guys going to have it on my groin area there, or we'll make sure that the zippers are closed, but you know, getting to that age to might forget. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm kidding about the zipper part, but not kidding about the getting whole part. We all age one day every 24 hours, like everybody else. And basically, I'm just doing this again to take the saw marks off. Now, I don't know if I will spend any time on the video. We will want to take the saw marks off, because this is on the side, because that's all it's going to do, is take the saw marks off. And then we're going to take the saw marks off over here, which I don't know if you care to just watch me just simply do something you can do. Well, let's get this started. And so on. So I will leave it to you to do this, and just all you're doing is just cleaning. You're just taking the saw marks off. There's nothing I'm showing you that's really important. But a couple of things, like I said, I still went around. I'm taking the saw marks off and rounding just a little bit here. Now the shoulder, I just want to take the sharpness off, because there's more to it. And the saw marks out, because we're going to be doing things. Just taking kind of the sharpness off, and now, according to the Uncle Sam, I did not give enough shoulder. Had we kept going on with the shoulder, then we have this little, before as it gets to the arm, and where the seam is for the arm fabric there's this bump, and I did not give you that much, the extra for that. You could, if you want to, make it a wider piece. as we begin to take the saw marks off. Actually, this is the point you can probably turn the video off and you're not really seeing anything that, you know, oh my goodness, you gotta watch. You learn. This is how you take saw marks off. You put the knife in the wood and you push. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before, well, actually before I put the, maybe I should put the bow tie in, because it's still, I think there's still more shaping to do, but I want to commit to that bow tie. What's going to happen is, as he comes in here, this is going to come a little forward, and you know, I am thinking, second thought, I think I'm going to commit to getting this done, getting this in first. I should do that, because I mean, the bow tie technically would be here in this area. But I want to make sure it's big enough. I'm thinking it might be a little farther down, because this is going to be opened like this. So I want to commit more to putting this together, I think, than the bow tie itself. In fact, I think the bow tie might even go even farther down. Okay, that's the commitment right now, is let's see about putting this together. I did kind of get this started here, get this kind of cleaned. And the thing is that I got the chin's going down. I want to cut a little bit of this off, because the chin, because if you got the eye, or if you got the ear would come down around here. That's number one. This is something we're going to be working with, is that then also, I hate to say it, I hate thinning this. I think we'll be all right when we really thin this. I hope it doesn't. And if it pops out, we can always put it back in, but I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to just get this started at the base, because as we want to straighten out the end before we really get into taking a lot of the base off. But I'm just going to get this started. Okay, let's take more of this off. At the same time that we're shrinking this. You know, worst case, if we get to the point where this neck here, this plug, whatever you want to call it, is just not working, you can always cut it out and then put another piece in to make it fit. And that's the thing is if you've ever seen Lynn Doty do his heads, the neck is like just almost pencil thin, and it still works. It still looks good. Now the other thing too is we can also bend the end, carve the end of, to make the beard follow the coat, or follow bust because, I mean, when you put the beard will go right down onto the backwards. Oh, I think we're going to get this to work. Okay, let's do the trade-off. I think we might need, glad we didn't commit too much to that, because I think we might end up putting the tie a little farther down. And this, to me, I think this block is a little thicker. It is a little thicker because he is a thin man. And the reason why I want this thicker is because I want this coat to come out and I want the tie to come out. And then when we get deeper into the shirt and everything, is so the coat comes out and we can see he's still a thin man. So we got plenty of wood. Now I want to take my chisel and wind this up. I took a drill bit. It's I don't know what is, a 1/2 inch, I think. And I took, no, I don't know. You got the quarter. I got a whole line there where there's the quarters in the center, so it's got to be a 1/2. And then I take the drill, and as I drill, I do this kind of a thing, and taking most of that out of there. I think, to me, sometimes I like to leave extra wood to play with than try to be overly perfect with the drill and bandsaw and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I did get pretty deep in there, didn't I? Ooh, we're getting there. Uncle Sam is starting to look good. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we get. Now what we're going to do is let this kind of really come down a bit. Yeah, according to some of the pictures, I mean, there's a lot of the collar, and then there's the arm, the shoulder goes down. That's, we got plenty of this too. And again, I didn't want to, we'll probably straighten it out, like the back will get straightened out. I always wanted to have, like I said, more wood so we can play with things, play with it here. What I want to do is I think he might be a little too far forward. He is a forward guy here. There we go. Oops. There we go. How much can we bring the light back? There we go. Yeah, I might want to bring it back a little farther, but we'll work at that later. I'll just maybe a couple more scoops. I always do that, don't I? Well, I'll work with that later, and then here I am working with it. Because now I think we can start committing to the rest of what's going on. And then what's going to happen is that even though there's a lot of play going on, usually when I put the head on a bus, is I still would drill a hole and put a nice dowel in there, and then drill a hole, and that would fit. So it's not just this pin that is taking care of that. I just want to clean. I mean, it'll. Okay, close your eyes when you blow in and stuff goes flying. Okay. The bow tie. Actually, I want you the goat teeth does so. In other words, we're right on where the tie is supposed to be. But I want to first put what I want to do is take more of this saw marks off. What is this table really? There. That help a little bit. Okay, like I said, I want to commit to the bow tie. The bow tie is right here. A little big, but I think we're going to be doing quite a bit of. Yeah, because it kind of has a double collar. I don't know if we can do that as a shirt collar that comes up, and he also has the collar of the coat. I think. Oh, now somebody's really on the buzz saw out there. I can hear it from here. And since it is on the outside, I want to commit to it. There's still enough room for some adjusting. That all out. Again, a little bit of the wing is up and back. Straight, the wing is straight up and straight flat. All right. I'll get this kind of started here. And with that, now we could start. I want to, because we got this piece is flat like this. This is going to have to round, but I want to get it that tie, which is the thing that's sticking out, is the number one thing we want to play with. We want to set in, because then we got the shirt and coat collars are next as far as depth. And then we also have, as we go down, I want to have the coat kind of swinging out as best we could. Kind of adds a little bit of depth to it. I even carve this here, this here. Now, take and get my, because we're going to be doing some heavy stuff here. Rounding this a little bit while I'm getting to the tie. Really snapping that out of there. Alright, what can I say while we're doing this? Getting to that stop cut. Snapping some more of this off in there. Okay, bow tie intact. Next thing I want to do is continue in rounding this. That's very interesting as we get down and start putting in the vest and the coat. Now the coat kind of continues on and kind of flays to the side. But the vest you will see come to two sharp ends, and then you got the pants. Now in the I Want You don't see his pants. I think you probably will see his pants in the Thomas Nass collection. And they have the red and white striped pants. We'll have a little bit of that. And you don't see no belt because they didn't have belts in the early 18, well, even in the 17 whatever. But they had suspenders, and so Uncle Sam, he's got suspenders going on here.